Hey guys, welcome to Pilosa Zoo. This is my first video and I'm gonna try my best on showing you guys around this beautiful park that I'm doing with these great guys. We have Rycie,
Hey guys!
we have iDro,
Hey everybody.
and we have Jash.
Hello, you.
Yeah. So, yeah. Shout out to all the great voices out there. Yeah, cool. So, yeah, guys, are you okay? Corona free and everything?
Yeah, it's still well. It's being well. It's not.
I'm not dead yet, so
No, exactly. We're still alive. That's what matters most.
You see, the park Pilosa Zoo is also closed off and empty because of the coronavirus. And we have this one staff member. Shout out to the hero, Sunburned Dude, #1. So,
Sunbird, he was.
we appreciate your
Yeah.
efforts.
another strong hero here.
Thank you so much, sir, for your dedication to play.
Oh,
Oh wow.
you like that?
You appreciated
He
that.
did a little jig for us.
Okay, damn.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so now we
He looks like
actually
he's got to
see-
go potty.
She.
Yeah,
He or she. What's it gonna be?
Oh, great.
damn, we're coming to the brilliant areas of Josh here. It's,
This looks really nice.
yeah. You're really getting into our own remnant boy, I feel. That's you.
I appreciate that
Josh.
because
Yeah.
I love his stuff.
Yeah, this is the stuff I don't have the I don't have the time. I will get annoyed before doing stuff like
I
this.
often do, yeah.
So
It's part of the job.
so happy that you did all this, and especially the handicap support.
I think iDro did the
Yeah,
lift,
but
I did everything from the bottom and on.
I did this one initially, but I left it quite unfinished, to say the least.
Yeah, the rock work is so cool.
You made an even better one. A few meters.
Yeah.
Further on.
This curbing took forever.
Yeah, curbing is a female dog, but like if it's done, it looks so much better than not doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we have the TLC waterfalls over here. We don't have the rights to play that song, I feel, but
No, I was like, this is also like some of the first things I did. Like I just plopped this down and I turned my back to it. And,
this is the part of the park where they spent the money first and then discovered, okay,
yeah, it's like okay, I'll leave it. It's like
we are broke now.
modern art.
Yeah.
Big waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll maybe correct that at some
I
point.
think it's cool because it adds the modern approach to the park, like having that concrete style in here.
Yeah, true. Maybe it's still a bit too too boring, but like
Oh, see the jumping bushes. That's just that's what you get when you place trees in the ground. Shout out to Mike. But
just happy trees.
But I just love how this looks so new, like they just planted it.
in pause mode, it looks great.
BJs.
Yeah, it's like yeah. I'm not even.
That was intentional.
How
guys.
funny would it? How funny would it be if you're like, we're all at the zoo and you guys call me and I'm like, they're like, Josh, where you at? And I'm like, oh, I'm just grabbing a BJ.
Yeah.
I'm a BJ.
No,
Well,
having a
it
good
wouldn't
time.
be weird, right?
Yeah, you're getting the meal with Jordy's wiener.
I'm getting a BJ.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We have to have your wieners at this restaurant.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
On the menu.
I don't know how I should feel about this, but I just let it slide.
It looks really
I like
cool
how
in
it
here.
looks. So yeah.
Show me your mill, boy. Yeah. This is the work of the not only font queen but also interior queen, Rycie.
Oh, I only did the interior though. The building is done by Jordi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I left it again quite bare bones.
Yeah. You left it as I did.
You left
You'll see it
BJ's
later
naked.
on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the best way to start a BJ.
Okay, I'm not allowed to like swear in these videos, but okay, yeah.
Or you have to make up like stupid other versions of words that like point towards the swear words.
To kids out there,
Tongue-in-cheek, ladies
BJ
and
is
gentlemen,
the name
tongue-in-cheek.
of a burger brand and nothing else.
Yeah,
Jordy's
Jordy's
Burgers.
Burgers.
Yeah. So we just lame guys. Don't think
Jordy's.
about it. Definitely do not ask your parents about it. But
I'm really proud of this burger.
That
Yeah,
looks really cool.
It's half the size from the in-game one.
it's
So,
like
yeah.
at this point, these type of things come very close to like pixel art.
yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
how even the small like mustard, like how do you get the angle? Like I would get so
If you zoom in, you see it's pretty much just circles.
Wow.
wow. This is welcome to the top 10 tricks on doing fonts. And we have Jash in reactions.
Wow.
Wow.
So you simply just put in the small art shapes. Wow. Yeah.
I love this building. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And it's I feel like it's timeless. Like it's not super modern, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's 70s or 80s or anything. I think it's just it's,
Well,
it's timeless design.
Yeah, exactly. But it could be like that's
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like it isn't, but it could be.
Did you
It's
have
just different enough.
Did you have an inspiration for it, Jordy, or was it
I
just
have
kind
no
of like
clue.
you
I
built
have
it on
no
the fly?
idea. I have no idea. I can't recall. I'm gonna pull Lil Wayne. I do not recall. No. I think I did this pretty much off the top of my dome. I think I've looked at
From the top of a dome.
cue bomb funk MCs.
I don't have the rights for that either.
Freestyler. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I looked at some modern type of architecture to like combination of the wood and concrete. But like that's pretty much the extent of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I tried to make like a restaurant that was just a little bit different from like a normal rectangle, and well, L shape is the next best thing.
By the way, guys, you can see that the staff member here, she definitely loves working here. So
She's
that's
going to
a-
grab a
Oh
BJ.
yeah, she was so happy she just walked right through the glass.
Yeah.
But
Not
I
even
And
love
again,
bothered.
this is a great. I feel like I'm so proud about this area because I feel it's so family friendly and it sends the sign of. Oh, shut up, Josh. It really gives you a vibe of I wanna actually stay here all day. Like I can even be here eating. I can stay here until dinner even if I wanted to because there are actual restaurants here and nice use of space and yeah.
And it feels very much grounded.
Mm-hmm.
The zoo.
Yeah.
Like you can't see anything else
Mm-hmm.
inside
No.
this area.
It's very secluded.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you guys decided early on to plan out like the different ground levels, like in terms of terraforming, doing that from the beginning.
Yeah, terrain shift is very it makes a lot of things forgiven.
Yeah.
Where you can just totally just add foliage and not do certain things that if the land was completely flat, I don't know. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say, but it adds just a certain detail and depth.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more dimension. I don't know if that's the right word. Depth is maybe even the best word, but like if you don't have to like cover every opening up with like trees and stuff, or covered up.
Whoa.
Oh
Oh.
Jesus, he's balding up.
These guys are moving.
Yeah, now we're getting close to Rycie's newest. Actually, she just built this before recording this episode. The new camel enclosure. So, shout out to the camel.
Rudy's camel
Yeah.
enclosure.
Yeah.
Shout out to Camel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Actually, this whole habitat and also this trench underneath here,
Ooh.
these have been older habitats that have been closed down. They're not
Yeah.
used anymore. And this habitat up here, which has been a giraffe habitat before, has just been
Mhm. Yeah.
transformed into a camel habitat.
I actually like that because I feel like that adds history and it kind of makes this area like that's very common that you would see a trench like this at my local zoo for an exhibit that once existed, and if you didn't know that it existed, then you would just assume that this was just a trench to be a trench and have no idea that it was a previous
True.
exhibit.
Yeah.
And actually, what I did, I don't know if you guys haven't seen because I only did this today. There was a waterfall here before, but I
Mhm.
thought since the habitat has been not in use, they would probably shut off the waterfall as well. So we
Yeah,
have
that
makes
this
sense. Oh, yeah, yeah.
concrete ditch
Oh, I
here,
love that.
which used to house some water and some waterfalls.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and
great.
I think they saved it still because it could have use later on if they again want to relocate an animal into this enclosure.
I like the predicament more of like, fuck it, let's just leave it as is.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And you can even see the climbing structures in here.
Yeah, I love that they did not even take the effort to really clean out the habitat. It's just starting to get overgrown by weeds.
Yeah, it's like
I love that we are speaking in they when it's us, but yeah.
Right.
I was just going
Oh,
with it.
the owners of this zoo. Oh my god.
It's kind of
What
fun
they
to
did.
talk about yourself in the third person.
Yeah. Especially
And
grabbing
we
a
have
burger at BJ's and talking about.
we have this little
yourself.
detail here that the glass actually broke, so
I
they
was-
just fixed it with some planks.
Oh, yeah. It's only in this place. Oh, yeah, that's very cool. I was about to say, did you change the entire like barrier? But it's only this piece. Very cool.
There's a large amount of details coming out of broken stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Just using that feel of, okay, this looks realistic because it's broken.
What is this guy doing? Is he laying
See
inside the water fountain?
I think it's that. so
Same.
I think it's because it's Rudy's rendered camels, so they're not actual camels. We just rendered them. So yeah, that looks really horrendous. Like, what is he dead?
Is he
No,
dead?
I
That's
think
what I
he
was gonna
just
ask.
likes to chill. Oh,
No,
Oh,
you got in
shit.
the trench.
can I get up there?
well, not
No.
via here.
No, I can't.
Let's just say rip the camel and
Ah,
yeah.
just
Move on.
leave him.
move on, guys. Nothing to see here.
He's sleeping.
They are gonna relocate the animals.
Yeah, we'll send
again.
him to a farm where he can live with his
Yeah.
friends.
That's what happens when you give the animals the BJ burgers.
But you can really see how they are working on this area currently, because we have this new camel habitat, and then we have these new planters all around, as well as this
Yeah.
new facility building that Jash built.
Yeah, it looks refurbished, the whole
Yeah.
area. Like
Mhm.
they actually had like, okay, this was chapter 1 being the old giraffe house, and maybe this would be closed off by some like foliage and a small forest or something.
Yeah.
And then they expanded it and be like, okay, we're gonna relocate and not just put in camels, we're gonna like really make this area worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And with these toilets, man, damn.
It's very
Where are
nice.
did you just assume the genders? Like, where are the
Oh,
options for?
I was gonna say that is not me because we are gender neutral.
I can't say I've done a lot in this area, but I hope that I somehow gave you guys some good advice or directions into how to doing stuff, because this is, you guys will get to know that I've been actually struggling for a couple of months in this game, and this is the part of the block for me. So most of the stuff you see here in this video is not from me, but there will be some stuff that I've done in here. But in the new episodes, I will show some stuff I did. So
But-
I'm not lazy. I just had a block in here.
Still, we've been talking in Discord and discussing, so it has been a group effort, really. Yeah, this
So
was
great. I
all
love
built
the
by Jash. I think.
Uh-huh.
Is he with us?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yes, I.
Did you grab a BJ? Or?
No comment. I created this little area whenever we had first started to scratch the surface on the Serengeti Experience. It was nothing like how it is now, but I knew that I wanted the blueprint that you had made, Lazz, for the restaurant up
Yeah.
here as more of like an overlook restaurant. I wanted you to have like some really awesome sight lines for the Serengeti Experience, which would be to the left. Like if you're sitting out on this patio, you actually get to look out on it. And obviously we need to make that accessible for our handicapped guests. I threw in a elevator shaft as well.
It's great. You can't like say that we didn't think about supporting handicaps, because I think we've done that all the way through the park until this point.
What's the name again of the organization that goes over that? Because I misspoke on that on my episode, and like someone commented on me like FDA. It's not FDA, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't
ADA.
know. Oh, okay, ADA.
The FDA is the
Great.
Food and Drug Association.
yeah, exactly.
Administration.
I wasn't aware. I'm not from America.
Yay! Something I did actually.
This looks so
Yeah.
cool. I love the style of it.
Yeah, this is great. Like very open up. Like it kind of complements like being upper and looking over the entire habitat, and then having the restaurant be like very open. I think is a
Yeah, and the inspiration was kind of a French cafe
mm.
with those, the top glass
Yeah,
sections.
I totally
and
see that.
the openness and just, you would assume that this kind of architecture would be in a hot temperature, so it would make sense to have a flow of fresh air while sitting both in and outside the restaurant or the cafe.
Yeah, I mean, when I placed it up here, it inspired pretty much what would have become the Serengeti Experience, because I wanted it to be so open that whether you were standing inside or you were sitting out on the patio, you could see the actual exhibit off in the distance. I didn't want
True,
there to be
yeah.
any kind of blind spots.
Oh, I didn't know that, but cool. I'm glad that you actually took some inspiration from it.
Someone needs to mow the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I need to put some. I forgot to place some benches in here. That part of the interior actually is still needed.
Yeah,
I
I
think
placed
it's
like 4 benches here.
I think it's obvious that this is still like work in progress.
Yeah.
But from
And
here, you're supposed to have a look into the
Yeah, this is very cool. I
Serengeti
haven't even
habitat,
seen this.
like into the stables.
Yeah, I love that.
This even looks like a museum or some.
Yeah, it's very
It's so great. It really is glassy as well. It's so like
yeah.
no, not glassy, but classy.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
it's-
okay. What
it's-
is it?
Oh,
Classy.
It's kind of
classy.
but
glassy. Just glassing. Yeah.
And this
But yeah,
this
area
rooftop
was-
kind of pays homage
Classy.
to the rooftop of the gift shop too,
Yes.
which
Indeed.
I thought was cool.
Reminiscent.
actually,
Oh, I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that. Cool.
it's the same plants used in the gift shop roof.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
Sweet.
I think I'll give it a good old Jash. Wow.
Wow.
Again, this should
Wow.
also this should be like a gathering spot. If you, I would assume it would be easy to be like, okay, go out, have fun, kids, and then we'll meet on the. I don't know if we should have a name for this restaurant, by the way, but yeah, we'll.
I was
Let's meet
gonna
at the cafe.
incorporate like overlook somewhere. Like this would obviously be the terrace portion of the
Yeah.
restaurant. So maybe
It should
could
be
like the
something
overlook
with
cafe.
terrace,
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, overlook terrace or something.
but nothing with Nordy background implements.
Just put an L apostrophe in front of it, and then it's like French.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But you get a really
Do
nice
that.
look from the Serengeti from here. That's nice.
Yeah, I love how as far as you can see, it just looks like you can't tell where the exhibit ends.
Yeah.
Like I just saw a baby giraffe way back there, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even know it was that big.
And another trick here, optical trick, is you would actually assume from this angle that there is a lake, and then that's it. No other water features in here. Or maybe you can glimpse another lake in the background.
Mhm.
But it's actually a natural bridge.
Yeah.
So
Oh, right.
the
Yeah, yeah.
animals can enter both sides of the enclosure, and we are gonna work into that's gonna be my project, like dividing some spaces for privacy. That's important. We haven't done that yet, like having an area where only the giraffes can be.
Yeah, that's.
There is gonna be some kind of chain to it, of course, because the smallest animals will always have the ability to go everywhere because of their size. But it would make sense to have the giraffes be, prohibited to go into some places.
Like we could use those logs, for example.
Yeah, indeed. That's the trick. Like I feel globally in zoos, just to keep them.
This guy nibbling on the trees. Look at him.
No.
He's like, no, I'm not.
But is the leaves actually? Did they animate that?
No.
Or is it just?
I think it's just coincidence.
It just looks like it. I just found it so cute.
Is that Lakeisha in the background?
Yeah, I was
That
just
must
about
be
to say.
Lakeisha here.
This is an inside joke, but this is our gangster homie Lakeisha.
Lakeisha.
Yeah,
We think she's been beating the shit out of all the zebras.
yeah, she's pretty cruel.
And she's taking it up. Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
awesome.
typical Lakeisha right there. Yeah.
But yeah, you
So
can see
this
it's
is-
pretty
This
birds.
experience, this experience is both in favor of the animals and the guests, because we want to create a natural habitat so closely assembly to the African savanna, instead of just having them inside of a cage.
Yeah.
Like,
And
small
one thing
enclosures.
that I love that we've done when laying out this exhibit is you have multiple spots that you can view it from, because you could honestly sit here and look at it for half an hour to an hour before
Yeah,
you really like
totally.
take in everything that's here. And I like that you
that's
don't.
1 out of 8 spots, maybe.
Yeah, and I love that you don't have everybody just like piled on top of each other, all trying to see like every inch of it. You can spread out. You can walk around to the puffin exhibit. You somehow always make your way back here, and maybe you see it from a different angle that you didn't see it from before.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really crowd heavy. This like an enclosure like this is, and I know from the Copenhagen Zoo one that a lot of guests will be drawn to areas like this. But
Yeah, I would
it's
say
okay because there's a lot of space here and a lot of different animals to interact with. You can be totally into looking at the ostriches, but they would be running off closely to the fences or something, while the giraffes would be like in groups or something. You can the animals actually help the zoo spreading out the crowds.
Yeah, I would say this exhibit is definitely the flagship exhibit for Pilosa, so it's important that we make it right, and I think we're off to a good start.
But we will have probably a rhinoceros next to them, like on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, and they would be closed off because they have some anchor management stuff to deal with.
We'll probably have rocks covering this fence, so we're not gonna
Yeah,
see
but
anything.
the thing they did in Copenhagen Zoo for the rhinoceros is that they did some fake wooden pillars or poles, and then it was metal, but it just looked like wood. So it looks like they just shield off the rhinoceros area with like wooden pillars or poles, but instead it was just metal pieces
Oh, okay.
to make sure that they wouldn't break through it, because they are pretty strong and even more violent than Lakeisha. So, who made the
binoculars.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
binoculars.
don't
Right,
remember
that's
that,
right.
but they're not from Josh.
Yeah, these aren't mine.
No.
These
And
look a
again,
lot
we
better
don't
than
know.
mine.
We are so bad at this.
We'll add them to the collection. So you get a totally different view from down here.
Yeah, I love how up close and personal this feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, now if you look at the giraffe house, it looks so far away than when we
Mhm.
looked at it before.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
actually
I like
pretty-
how like the terrain like obstructs a lot of things from like these sort of low points where you can
Yeah.
look into the habitat, and like it still gives a feeling of like there's a lot of stuff still in the background, but like it's not so much up front. if,
Yeah,
true.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. And again, talking about crowd management, it's so good because that would naturally divide groups. Like all these different viewpoints are great for like the zoo keeping huge crowds away.
Yeah, and
There would
probably
of course be feedings, and if you had animal feedings, then I think naturally they would assemble a lot of crowds on the viewpoints. Those wooden, I don't know if you could take a look at them, Rycie, the plateaus. Yeah, because that's the best spot for like looking at feedings or stuff like that.
Yeah, and that actually takes you directly into the exhibit itself. You're not looking at
Yeah.
it from like an outskirt.
We'll go there in a sec.
I don't know if we should add some nets or something. I don't remember if they did that in Copenhagen Zoo, just to avoid people throwing stuff at the animals.
That's. Oh yeah, maybe.
But I don't know. They could do that from every, like.
yeah, it's like
angle, to be
then
honest.
you have to ask yourself how far do you want to go with
Yeah.
that.
But I don't know if there are some rules about like
I'm
when
not
you are
sure.
actually like just shed inside the enclosure. I don't know.
Well, we have to
Look
do
out
some
for Lakeisha.
research-
She can jump.
research on that.
She can jump all the way up there.
Mhm. But yeah, we have the most of the stables are gonna be underneath here, underneath the restaurant.
But it's mainly gonna be the zebras, right?
It's gonna
or
be the zebras, the ostriches, the wildebeests. What else do we have? We have so many animals. We have some warthogs. We have some gazelles. We have.
you have two kinds of gazelles, right?
I think only one kind in this habitat, though. Yeah. I just went off the Planet Zoo settings, like which animals can go together. It's in the encyclopedia, and I just checked that and added every animal from that list, basically.
Good call.
Keeps on giving. That's the.
Mm-hmm.
That is really the Serengeti experience.
I think this might be my favorite part of the exhibit.
This bridge here.
No, the land bridge that we're about to look at.
No.
Not that I don't love this, but that's not what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Rycie,
Yeah,
forget it.
definitely not
Yeah.
this bridge.
You can attain the credit yourself. You need.
I love this bridge. Look at it. It's really nice.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
And it has like
Oh.
really nice details on the side here.
Whoa, that's way too much detail onto something that no one can see. But okay.
I can see
Goals.
it
No,
though.
that's why we play these games.
Yeah, I agree.
Make
yeah, but
stupid
it's just-
details no one's gonna
I just-
see.
This.
It was
I
more a
love this.
feeling of I feel bad that you actually can't see that unless you go down.
Ooh,
to
they're
the
running
prohibited
across
areas.
there. Look at that.
Ooh. And again, who did this bridge? Is it you,
Yeah,
Rycie? Only or?
I did this whole habitat.
Yeah, it's okay to be honest. You did.
It's about the gist.
And I was
Yeah.
peeking up here earlier, and I love that there is drains on the top of the or on the sides of the bridge, the land bridge.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can get into the habitat.
Ooh, we can.
So yeah, we have some drains here,
Oh, yeah. That's great detail again.
and also some drains in the water because this is all
Oh,
concrete
cool.
Oh,
flooring.
yeah, it's all. Yeah.
You can't really tell, but it's all concrete floor.
Very cool.
And,
Well,
Gorgeous.
that's again the point.
Yeah.
And I try to emphasize that there is in fact a river flowing through here by throwing in some of these water effects.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, again, I haven't even spent enough time in here, like, to give you all the credit you deserve, Rycie. It's really a beautiful experience. I don't want to call it enclosure, because it's more than that.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
Yeah, it really is the.
C'est une
I
expérience.
would actually say it's way better than the one in Copenhagen. So, and those are professional architects who done that. So,
Oh wow, thank you.
cadeau to you, Rycie. You outdone them. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I did one thing in here though, except the cafe.
Oh, yeah.
I did the giraffe house,
I love that. That's so cool looking.
and I have to be honest. I had no idea that the outcome would look familiar to a giraffe's head, but that's just luck sometime in this game.
So it's
Yeah.
like your unconsciousness making decisions.
Yeah, because I had a reference picture of, I think it was that kind of architecture, and then they had this cool wooden frame on the front of the building. But then I was like, okay, it's too easy, so I just decided to multiply those. You see the bottom triangle frames, and just added them to the top, and then for some reason it came out looking like the small ears or tusks of a giraffe.
It's very abstract, and I think
Yeah,
that's probably
that's-
my favorite thing about it. But I will say, like, it's mainly the facade that is so detailed like that, which is what you would be looking at as a guest anyways, and I think it's perfect.
But I really like the glass windows on the sides here. That looks really nice.
Yeah, I had to close it. You told me that I had to winter save this, or winter
Winterproof.
winterproof this house, and that was my only solution, because it was a very open architectural style.
Yeah, I think the giraffes need winterproof houses. Yeah.
But I'm pretty happy about this, because it really took me a while. From the day I said, hey, I'm gonna build a giraffe house, I just damn, it took a while, but I wanted to do it right, and I'm pretty happy with the
With the outcome.
end product.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
You can barely even see the restaurant from here. It's so far away.
I know.
Is it optical, or is this enclosure actually that huge?
It's huge.
It's pretty
Seriously,
big.
from
Yeah, it's
from
not
the air you
forced
can
perspective,
see
it's big.
really big. Yeah.
But it's maybe also a mix of the two. That it's both really big and with outline of like different textures. No, different terraforming like points. What's the word for it?
Yeah,
Elevation
different
change.
levels,
Terrain
yeah,
shifts.
Yeah, elevations. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the optical trick of the elevations and the actual size of the.
But I thought it would have
area.
to be really big for the
Yeah, of course.
an experience to be a proper experience.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
No, not again.
Is that Lakeisha? I
Yeah,
swear
check
to
it
God.
out,
Girl.
please. Yeah.
Of course it is.
How old is Lakeisha? I need to know. Is she gonna die
Oh.
soon?
She's
and a
10
half.
years old, and I turned dying off in this game.
Damn. Lucky for her, I would say.
She'll live to kill another day and shit another day.
But that's even worse for the zebras, because they're gonna live forever in torture.
Yeah,
Poor
they're just gonna constantly
Lakeisha,
get
the
beat up
never
by
dying
Lakeisha.
buffalo. That's gonna be an extra episode called Lakeisha, the never dying buffalo. But
A spin-off series.
And I actually really like this little area that I did here.
It's a beagle.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
What?
That was a little nod to our last episode. Glad you watched it.
Yeah, it's been so long. I don't remember.
So when
Don't
Rycie said vehicle in the last episode, it sounded like she said beagle, like the dog.
no, yeah,
oh,
true.
okay.
There's still no bell ringing, but that's my bad.
And it's the second time you're trying to get credit and Jash to being completely like, nope.
Nobody gets my humor, so I'm used to it. It's fine.
No, but
Oh, I love that view right there. You can see the roundhouse. You can see the pavilion. You can see the giraffe house.
oh
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
haven't even.
super cool.
Damn, I'm really happy now of the placement of the giraffe house, and even that I actually asked you to like raise the ground under the animal or the giraffe house, Rycie, and now I'm even happier that I asked you to do that because
There's so much going on. I see a giraffe head. I see a giraffe head. I see a cafe. I see the giraffe house.
damn. What are those objects for the like? It's not flags, but it's.
They're
These
hanging
are
like-
like pearl things.
That's a great
The
idea.
African braided stuff. Or what?
It,
what's the
it
word?
looks like a party, and that's great. Oh, we have an ostrich.
Oh, little visitor here.
Sneaky little bastard.
And I think it's gonna.
I
Take
think
I
it's
hope
trying to escape.
He's not gonna
my
run
God, if it
away. Oh
escaped.
shit. Oh shit. I think he's just running away, but I've turned the notifications off. It's fine. It's fine.
At least it's
Oh
not
my
taking
God.
a
I
dump
made an
right now.
invisible barrier here, so he has escaped for sure.
Oh, this
No.
isn't the habitat. I
It's
thought this
fine.
was part of it. Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, shit, they just
Also-
caught me.
Escape of the ostrich.
Oh, leave
Another
him.
episode.
But I've placed these little gates here in the
What?
in the
That's
river.
a warthog
that?
as well.
It's a warthog.
Oh.
It's
oh,
like
yeah,
they know
okay.
that we're over here.
S-
Weirdos.
so we took the VIP route out of the experience, and the animals did too. What a great episode this is turning out to be. If you are watching this video and feel like, whoa, I can't even build stuff in this game, and I don't know how to make stuff pretty, we have to be honest, a lot of stuff we're doing in here are because of brilliant reference pictures on both Pinterest and Google or
Yeah.
like ProNation, and sometimes we forget to show these, but of course we always try to add our own stuff into the build so it's not completely a rip-off, but we have to say that a lot of stuff is if not copied, then inspired by great pictures.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's where creativity comes from.
And a lot of players in this game, and especially on ProNation, I feel can relate to that thought of you start with a reference picture and then you can do crazy stuff. But creatively.
You know,
Yeah.
you want to know what actually took me the longest in this habitat to build?
Yeah, please tell us.
It's this effing building right here.
But it's so great. Like, what is that on top? Is that terraforming?
That is terrain up there. Because I wanted a
Damn.
grass roof. And this took me
It's gorgeous.
so freaking long.
But it's easier than in Planet Coaster, right? Because of the new tools.
I feel like the terrain tools with the latest updates are kind of weird.
Okay.
Especially the flatten to terrain tool doesn't really work.
Okay.
It just raises up terrain underneath and to the side, and you know, it's all over the place. So this was actually really hard to do and took a really long time. But I love this skylight that we have, and I want to go in there and show you the skylight. But right now we are on the top of the trail, so
Yeah.
maybe
But,
maybe later.
And again, it just proved that this area, if I was here in real life, if this was a real life zoo, I could easily spend like an hour and a half or something just sitting at different viewpoints, just looking at both the architectural stuff here and the lake, and of course all the animals in here. I think that's it for this episode. Go check out all the channels. This will be my first video, but go check out all the other guys. So please check out Rycie's channel, Jash's channel, and iDro's channel. Yeah. So this is the full Serengeti Experience, but it's still a work in progress. We're gonna add rhinoceros. We will be adding some safety features in the experience itself. But yeah, please, if you like the video, give a like and a subscribe, all that stuff. And check out Discord, check out these series. If you haven't watched the other episodes, go do that. Until next time, I've been Lazz.
And this has been Rycie.
And iDro.
Josh,
See you guys.
take care.
Bye.
Lucky shot.